What is up? My name's Brad and this is Operation GameCube. Now if you're new to the channel, in this series we're trying to build a GameCube collection starting off with just £10. By using our charity shops, our car boots, our Facebook marketplace, looking for stuff for cheap that we can sell for a profit to build a game fund to buy GameCube bangers. That is right guys, the old intro is back by popular demand. Now before we get into this week's episode, let's take a look at the list. I finally completed it. So here is the GameCube list and it ended up being 42 games. That's right, I decided to make it that little bit harder for myself. But once I started putting series on this, like the Zeldas, the Mario Parties, Resident Evils, I couldn't leave any off. I had to have them all, so it pushed it up to 42. But you know, we can do it, But yeah, the games on the list, quite a eclectic mix I think. Got some heavy hitters, Kirby's Air Ride, Chibi Robo, Fire Emblem up there, and then a real mixer bag below. Yeah, we've got some hidden gems as well, Killer 7, P&O3, Doshin, the Giant. Yeah, I think it's a real mix of games here. I hope your suggestions are on here. It's kind of hard to see, but if you can see, that is the list of 42 games. So yeah, very happy with what it's looking like. So yeah, very happy with the list, but it's all well and good having a list. If we haven't got a game fund to buy any of the games, what's the point? But luckily we made some sales this week. Now the first thing we sold was that Stoke City shirt. I paid I think $7.99 for it last week. I sold it for £20 plus postage. We then sold that Frustration board game. We sold that for $14.99 plus postage. And then the last thing we sold were them Go-Jetter figures from week 1. I sold them for £10 on Vinted. So after all deductions, tax and all that, we got a grand total of this to add to the game fund for a grand total of this. Game fund's growing, it's a bit slowly at the moment, but it's growing nonetheless, and that's all that matters right now. We just need to keep that bad boy growing, so eventually we can start picking games off the list. So with that being said, let's get out there and see what else we can find. Let's go. So we started off the week hitting my favourite charity shop. This was my favourite charity shop, and then it wasn't, and now it is again, and you can see why. Huge stack of games here, loads to go through. Started pulling all the interesting ones out to have a look up, looking at the ones that weren't there. The last time I was in here, this huge stack here of Xbox One wasn't there, so it was great to see. Pulling all them out so I can give them a quick scan, check the prices on them. Yeah man, this is what it's about. This was just pure luck and timing. It must have been about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. These games could possibly have been sitting there all morning, and I must have just been the first one to them. So yeah, fantastic to see all these games in a charity shop, and fantastic to be the first one to them. So I'd done looking through the games. I headed over to the toy section, had a quick look here. A few bags of toys. I'm reluctant to buy these because sometimes there's 1 or 2 nice bits in there, but I don't want to buy the whole bag and be lumbered with all the other junk. There's a She-Ra figure in there, which I might have picked up. And then up here, loose in the basket, was this Linkso from Thundercats. Very, very cool figure. Yeah, very, very cool. For £1, it's banging price. Right guys, so I just popped off the job to grab something to eat, and while I was in the area, I thought I'd better hit the charity shop, and I hit the jackpot. As you can see from the footage, there was a ton of games in there. They charged £1.50 a game in there. I picked up 12 and a figure, and I paid £19, as you can see right there. £1.50 a game, £1 a figure. So yeah man, perfect timing. I can't imagine they would have sat there much longer, so I'm just so buzzing that it was me that found them. But anyway, I better get back to work. I'll catch you up when we get back to the games room in a bit. It's another day and on my way to the job, I stopped at this charity shop. This is a new charity shop to me. I've only found it recently. It's really dark in there, needs plenty of time to look through, but I did have a quick gander and saw this frustration on the shelf for 50p. So yeah, I had to pick this bad boy up. And another board game here back in my favourite charity shop on my lunch break. I found this Monster Crunch, £3 on it. I picked this up for two reasons. There is a little bit of profit in it, but I also wanted to play it with the kids. Yeah, I thought it looked like a bit of fun. This thing is from the 80s. Really good condition considering its age. So yeah, fantastic find here. Couple things behind the till I wanted to have a butcher's at. This here is one of them junky little console things you get for like £1. But there was a couple other things here. There's a cable guy here for Call of Duty, kind of cool. No prices in this charity shop. They sort of make them up as you take stuff to the till. They'll just give you a price and see your reaction, I suppose. Spyro Funko Pop here as well. Kind of steer clear of Funkos if I'm honest. Down here would have been worth picking up this Americans box set. Unfortunately, season 1 was missing. This thing trades in for 10 quid. They said it for 20 in CX. So for £3, definitely would have picked it up had it been complete. And this upstairs, downstairs is a bit deceiving. It has that network in the top corner, if you can see there, but it has no real value. Quick little gander at the other DVDs. I found some real obscure DVDs in this one before. And I headed over to the clothes. Like I said, this is a new area for me this year. I did find this cool jumper here. This is a Toulouse, a rugby sort of sweatshirt by Nike. In hindsight, I kind of wish I picked it up. I did look it up for a while and I just couldn't really find anything on it. But for 4 quid, it probably was worth picking up. Let me know if you guys would have picked this up. I'm still learning about clothes. So I'll catch up with you guys now back in the games room. And we are back in the games room, and that's another week done. These weeks are just flying by at the moment. Now, this week was one of them weeks where I was just super busy in my own life. The sort of hunting and charity shop hunting took a little bit of a back seat. I just sort of had to go when I could, when I was passing. And I must have had Lady Luck on my side because I found some nice bits and pieces every time I went into a charity shop, which is fantastic. Now, we spent a grand total of £24.50 from the game fund, so we can deduct that now. Let's get straight into the pickups. Now, the first pickup this week was a stack of games. As you saw from the footage, I walked into that charity shop and on the floor in them boxes was a pile of games. Now, I can't imagine they'd been there long because they would have been snapped up straight away. So I'm super glad it was me that found them first. Now, let's get straight into them. I picked up 12 games, one of which I'm keeping in the collection. So there's 11 here for trade or resale. Let's go straight into it. Excuse me. Now, the first two I'll do together are Gears of War Ultimate Edition and Gears of War 4. Now, there's not much trading on these. I paid £1.50 each for them, but I thought maybe I could bundle them up and sell them together, maybe on eBay or Vinted. Try and get a nice little bit of profit in them because there's not much trade. They're not the most valuable games, but someone might want to pick up a bundle. I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 quid for the pair. And that's a nice deal for a couple of games. So yeah, that's why I picked them up. A similar story here with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty World War II. Again, not a great deal of trade. I think £1.60 each. But I might just bundle them up together and try and flog them on as a little bundle, make a bit of money that way. The next one is Black Ops 3. I think there's £3 trade on this one. I'll probably trade that one in. Minecraft PlayStation 3 Edition, £5 trade. Rory McIlroy PGA Tour, £5 trade as well. We've got GTA 5. I think there's £10 trade on this. So yeah, great find there. And then the best one of the lot is just Dark Souls 3. I think there's £12 trade on that. So what I'll do, I'll probably trade them ones in, try and flog the other ones, and yeah, make a nice bit of profit there. A couple more games as well. We've got this Shadow of Mordor for the Xbox One. This is the Steelbook Edition. I'll probably try and sell this bad boy on because they don't differentiate, I think that's how you say it, CX from the standard edition. So I won't trade this bad boy in. I'll try and sell this on eBay. Yeah, nice. It's in nice condition. Sometimes these can be banged up, especially when they're donated to a charity shop. But yeah, really nice steelbook there, which we'll try and sell on. And the last one is Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a nice bit of trading on this, but unfortunately, it's missing disc 1. It only has disc 2 in it. Has the map and all the other paraphernalia there. But yeah, I picked this up because you can still sell this two on its own on eBay for like 7-8 quid. Someone might have a loose copy of this one or want to complete the set or whatever. So yeah, I wanted to pick it up for that reason. I think there's definitely a couple of quid profit in it. Unfortunately, can't trade it in. If it had the other one, I think it's like a £10 or £15 trade. So yeah, real shame there, but still worth picking up. So yeah, that was a real nice start to the week. When I took these to the till, I quickly had a look at the toys, and that's when I found this bad boy. This is Linkso from Thundercats. I think that's his name, Linkso. I paid £1 for it. And when I looked this bad boy up on eBay, this thing is selling pretty consistently for up to £40. Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, wow, banger, £1 for this bad boy. So yeah, a real nice bit of profit here. Don't know how fast he'll sell. But yeah, £1 into 40 potentially is a fantastic find. So yeah, great start to the week, like I said. Where do we go next? So the next stop is a bit of a mad charity shop. I've only recently found it a couple of weeks or months ago. The place is only open like once or twice a week. It's super dark in there. There's a bunch of stuff in there. You need to spend an hour or so looking through it. But anyway, I did find one thing, and it is Frustration. Again, 2 weeks in a row, picked this game up. This one is a slightly newer one, released in 2000, but still sells for around 15 to 20 on eBay. And considering how fast the other one sold, I couldn't leave it behind for 50p. Great little pick up there. Keep your eyes out. Where do we go next? Oh yeah. So the next pickup is actually back in the first charity shop where we found all them games. I went back there again. It's in a position where I'm sort of in that area. So I have to pop in every time I'm there. And I found this board game right here. This is called Monster Crunch. Paid £3 for it. I think there's only like £10 potentially on eBay for it. But I picked it up to play with the kids first and then sell on. And we played it the other day and they were crying and hating each other. So yeah, a real success this was. No, they did have fun playing it, but if you've got kids, they can't lose. They're all sore losers, right? If one of them's winning and the others are losing and they're not happy about it, and they'll tell you. But yeah, I played it with the kids for a bit. It was a good little bit of fun, but we're going to sell this bad boy on, hopefully for around a tenner, £10 plus. Yeah, cool little game. The next pickup is this. What they call cable guy or like controller holders or something. Yeah, he's from Call of Duty. Can't remember which one now. He's quite small, so I can't imagine he'd be holding a controller. Maybe more like a mobile phone. I paid £2.50 for it. It sells for about 8 to 10. I thought it was cool. That's why I picked it up. You guys must know by now that sometimes I think with my collector rather than my head, if that makes sense. So I pick things up that I think are cool, but not necessarily that valuable. Which is maybe stupid, but we'll still sell him on and hopefully get a little bit of profit for him. I thought he was cool. And the last find is a bit weird. Like when I picked it up, I wasn't sure. I didn't really know. Asked him how much it was. Because it was only £1, I decided to pick it up. It is this print here. It's signed. A signed print by David Bertram. Right? I'm no comic book expert. I'm pretty stupid when it comes to that sort of stuff. But I thought it was a sick looking print. Really nice picture. I believe it's Naruto. Let me know if I'm wrong. But it's got the certificate in the back there. I did quickly look this David Bertram fella up. And some of his prints are selling for about £20, £25 on eBay. Not this one. Couldn't find this one anywhere. Couldn't find anything about this one. But it's so cool, isn't it? I love artwork like this. Cool print here. Yeah, signed as well. I thought it might be worth picking up. I might better sell it. There might be some David Bertram fans out there. I don't know. But I thought it was sick and I had to pick it up, especially for £1. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think it's cool? Would you have picked it up? And that is everything we found this week. Like I said, this has been a very much as and when week. So to find this amount of stuff, I'm super happy. So I need to get listing what I can. We're going to try and get into CX this week and trade some of them games in. And depending on how much CX credit we've got and what they've got in store, we might be able to pick up a game. That's right. Next week, we might be able to get our first game off the list, which will be sick. So yeah, absolutely buzzing. I love weeks like this. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the pickups. Now, before we go, it is that time for the shout out of the week. And this week is going to my guy Lee, the retro chef himself. His swap shop returned the weekend gone. And I remember being on the swap shop a couple of years ago. I'd only just started out on YouTube. And it was a great way to meet other YouTubers, other collectors. And I picked up a couple of bits for the collection as well. Now, if you guys have never seen it before, I highly recommend you do. It's a great way to meet other YouTubers, like I said, and maybe pick up something for your collection. So go give him a follow, go subscribe to his channel. I'll stick his links in the description below so you don't miss any future episodes. And that is it for this week's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, let me know by smashing that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.